Italian cemetery outside of Philadelphia. And this young man's wife and this young woman's husband died about the same time and had the funeral the same day at the same time. And they were buried one behind the other, or right side by side. Well, the young widow would come visit her deceased husband every day, and the young widower comes to visit his wife every day, and they came about the same time. Well, as things would go, time went on, the young widower is looking at the widow. She starts to look pretty good, and he's looking back behind him on the visits, and the young widow just would have none of it. She was so dedicated to her dead husband. And time went on, time went on. Finally, the widower started pressing the widow to go out to eat with him, to go to a theater, and she wouldn't do it. My Peppino, I love him so much, I cannot do this. So it went on, and finally, she started having some human feelings, and finally she accepted a invitation to go out to the theater and to eat one night. Well, they had a wonderful time. It started happening more often and more often. Then he'd ask her to other events, and she'd give him the no, my Peppino, I love him, my Peppino. And finally he proposed to her, and this just blew her mind. Oh, no, this I cannot do. My Peppino, I love him so much. Well, he was a wise young man. He figured she'd get out of this one night. And sure enough, she did, but with conditions. She said, yes, I'll marry you, but says, beside of my bed, I keep a picture of my Peppino. Says, I kiss the Peppino good night every night, and I kiss the Peppino good morning every morning. Well, he said, that won't last too long. And they did, and the wedding night, he comes out, and sure enough, there's a picture of Peppino sitting there beside the bed. She's in bed, long black hair, white dress, just nightgown, just beautiful. And she gets the picture, says, Peppino, what I'm about to do because I'm so lonesome. Said, I love you, you'll be the only love of my life. And said, I'm doing this because my life is lonesome, Peppino. Goes to bed, and that night the guy just tore the room all to pieces. Her hair was all tore up, her wedding gown, her nightgown was all tore up. It was just an amazing act. She woke up the next morning, reached over, got the picture, says, Peppino. And I was coming back, and I stopped at a restaurant. They were telling a story about a couple who worked there. Seemed like they had rented a motel room and kept it most of the day rather than the night. And they had that room so steamed up you couldn't see out the windows. The sheets were wet, the drapes were wet. They had really done a job there. So they took a little break, decided to get back to it. The young Oriental, these both were your Oriental people. The young Oriental man looked at the girl and says, what you want? She says, I want 6'9". He says, you want beef and broccoli? See, there's funny things you pick up when you travel around the country like that.